No doubt.
I agree. The flair that
just
brings to it.
Yeah. Here's Miller, and made a three tonight. This one's on its way. There he goes.
Assistant with Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. 2 titles as an assistant, one with Boston, the other with Milwaukee. And Charlotte is pouring it on early. Williams plays bigger than his numbers may indicate. He's 6'6", 236. Miller lets it fly. That's a 3.
You talk about confidence. This young man has see this big picture. Williams,
is that right?
Yeah. So
Miller connects for 3. So that's a 5-point swing.
But now they need to generate some stops.
Freddie Smith defending man, bounce it. Miller, deep one goes. Brandon Miller with a downtown hit.
Put the ball in.
9-0 run. Simmons now with 10.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Miller, connection from 3.
Only average 11. Yeah, they're already over what they average. Wow. Brandon Miller. Wow. He had Anunoby flying behind him, wasn't phased at all. 24 shots taken. He's only 1 out of 10 from behind the arc. But he's unfazed by the numbers. He hits them when they count. 0 for 5 is the dancing bear. Okay, Brandon Miller put it right in Yabusele's eye. And was such a good international player that the NBA came calling again.
Yeah, I think because of the Olympics that he had, really is why he got a chance to resurrect his career. Brandon Miller.
He's 4 for 4 from behind the arc. He's missed all of his 2-point shots, but he gets credit for that one. Brandon Miller, his 3rd three-pointer.
Yeah, he's figured out.
Wow, Nick called for it. Brandon swirls it through.
Confusion.
Lowry forces the Hornets to reset. Whoa! Brandon Miller from 28 feet.
Wanted that ball out of his hands as quickly as he could.
Brandon's open. Got it! Hum diddly dee! Deflected into the arms of Simpson. Hornets are in the bonus. Miller! Got it! And the Hornets win the race to 100!
Ball off the pick is open as Van Fleet fell down, passed up to 3, gives it over to Miller, who drills it.
Still got a ways to go to catch Robert Parrish.
Chief.
Miller! Okay, 3-pointer for Brandon.
For the captain, attaboy.
Kemba, Dell, Terry Rozier, Marvin Williams, and now Miles Bridges with 600. And on the way is Brandon Miller. He can shoot the basketball. LaMelo finds B-Mill. Yes!
In attack mode, turns inside, the fade won't go. Ball pushing the tempo. Hornets by 4. Miller for 3. We're bringing lunch boxes on the plane on our travels.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's a great point.
We're eating right this season. Brandon Miller beyond the arc.
Miller! There it goes. First 3-pointer of the night for the Hornets. Bridges whips it back out to Williams. Never caught it cleanly. Has to give it up. That's a pretty good option. Gives it up to Brandon Miller.
While they brought him and Hardaway over, they really steady things as the grown men in the locker room.
Score the goal and a foul. This is a chance for a 4-point play. LaMelo. Miller. That's what I'm talking about. Inside-outside game for Brandon Miller.
Good test to find a way to win games when you're not particularly well on the offensive end. It's going to take plays like that, patience.
They're daring him to. Still plenty of time. 5 on the shot clock. That's what I'm talking about. Here come your Hornets. Miller. Yes! Hum diddly dee! does not have a shot attempt, Dell, but he's got 10 rebounds. That's a man's man right there. Yes! Number 24 is never sits during a game.
He's wearing out those sneakers.
Brandon gets it back. Shot clock doesn't reset. Someone's got to fire. Yes!
Oh, my!
Skip pass to Miller. Throw him into rhythm. Another three for 24.
Huge of Kelly to be able to help the Sixers do exactly that. He said, we really want to be directional in the way we're playing basketball. That's important to us. I said, what do you want to see more of offensively?
Here's Trey Mann. In the blue paint, needs some help. Miller launching and connecting. Brandon Miller make it 1 for 5. Big 3 points from Caleb. Miller from the wing. And Brandon Miller cuts the lead to 2.
Some crisp.
Here's Green on his birthday. He's 24 years of age. And fitting that the guy wearing number 24 scores for the Hornets. Missed the layup. Taurean Prince has played 358 minutes this year and not attempted a free throw. Brandon Miller! That's a 3 for Brandon.
Got an old school game. Shoots a 3, post up, smaller guys.
Brandon Miller! He's got his shooting stroke back.
He does. Absolutely.
What a start that young man has had to the season. Bridges finds Ball, dumps it off and finds Brandon Miller, who does not hesitate.
Yeah, that was a Sports Center highlight, no doubt about that. Big win that night for the Cavs.
Not top 10, unfortunately, for Mr. Williams, as Miller continues to fire away. That was his 12th shot from the field. He has 10 points. Mobley involved.
Love it, love it. That's what you want. That means, you know, Evan remembers that. And so when you're playing with a big guy like that, he's going to help you.
On Detroit's offensive end this meeting.
LaMelo got bumped, has to hang in the air to find Brandon. Continues to shoot a good ball.
Yeah.
Miller, why'd they leave him alone?
Total miscommunication.
Just saying. Diamante. This would be nice. Brandon Miller. I love that. Yeah. LaMelo has done that so often with Brandon Miller.
And good recognition. He saw it.
Why not? Ball stays with the Hornets. And they cash in. More second chance points for the Hornets.
So we got one shot up. Yeah, it really hadn't been a factor.
That's close to automatic these days with Brandon Miller. Enough time to catch and shoot. Probably not a dribble, though. Good luck. Yes! Brandon Miller! Yes! Brandon Miller! Have an overtime, why don't you?
Cody a two-hand jam.
So the Hornets down 7. So the Hornets down 4. Brandon Miller.
Which city would that be? On the northern border of Eagle River?
I'll let you be the judge of that. Miller with the answer.
It is kind of surprising that that's his first 40-point game, because he just seems like he's a walking bucket. Like, you just give him a basketball anywhere. If he was walking down the street, he'd be able to make one for you.
Miller and Martin from the corner for 3. Push pass over to Miller and another 3-pointer.
It's also really nice to then fast forward and be right here and say, look, now they've got an opportunity to really extend this streak, keep getting these wins and close a game like this out. Oh boy.
That's a 3-point play the unconventional way. Miller all of a sudden has caught fire.
I thought Goga was going to come and challenge on that strong side or not.
I think Goga's presence
got
in his head. Brandon Miller
knocks down a three.
So the Hornets all of a sudden down 7. All of a sudden down 4.
Yeah, taking advantage of the double team by LaMelo. Just didn't see him early in that possession.
Brandon. Oh, got it. First three-pointer for Brandon Miller.
I thought he got hit by Butler after he released that ball. He did too.
Miller. Hero switches out on him. Three-pointer for Brandon.
Bam Adebayo knew bad things were about to happen.
Musa on offensive rebound. Hornets looking for a spark. Maybe this is it. Brandon Miller, a three. And Eric Spoelstra. Nick Smith Jr. at the scorer's table. Brandon Miller!
In his 4th game, he's got 32 field goal attempts tonight, had 38 attempts at Milwaukee in his 50-point game. That's a 3 for Brandon Miller. He kissed it goodbye and let it fly.
Give and go basketball. Basketball finds Miller. Rebounded by Diabate.
What's new about that? Offensive rebound finds Musa.
Hornets cash in with 3. Bufkin, second-year man from Michigan. First-round pick 2 years ago. Beat Krejci into the game. Out of the Czech Republic is Krejci. Oh, Brandon Miller. Hornets playing their second consecutive game without LaMelo Ball. And Brandon Miller's got 14.
Playing off the screen.
Brandon. Musa, an offensive rebound. 2 for a quarter. And Brandon catches it in. It makes no sense. But some of the greatest players in the history of the game were drafted 15th. Oh. Brandon Miller! Woo, that was sweet. Johnson's got 20 points. That is a team high. Miller answers. Oh my goodness, did the Hornets need that?
No doubt about it.
Nick Smith Jr.'s come into the game for the Hornets. Miller in the corner. That is a huge shot. What a big one by Brandon Miller.
Dallas teammate Jalen Brunson get it around to Micic.
You're doing a good job on Miller denying, but he has it now.
Catch and shoot. That's good for Brandon Miller. Looking for his 3rd consecutive 30-point game.
Hornets with numbers. Mark Williams taps it to himself. Extra possession. And Brandon cashes in with a 3. Miller! Oh my goodness! Have a night, why don't you, Brandon Miller?
Bring it on with 24 points. 5 of 6 from downtown. Miller able to answer.
Miller's got that infinite range, almost 30 feet away that time.
Knicks are shooting 60% from downtown. They're 15 of 25 tonight. Miller at the horn, gets it to go. Brandon Miller somehow drops it in.
This is Garland. Trying to get to the free throw line where he's made 41 in a row.
Good no call there. He created all that contact.
This would be nice.
Nice it is.
Brandon Miller! Miller! You can't give him a minute. He gave him too much time. He was looking down at his feet when he caught the ball. Brandon Miller was laser focused on the rim. That's why he hit that one.
Siakam is the only starter for the Pacers. Toppin, McConnell, Walker, and celebrating his 20th birthday today is Johnny Furphy. And that's a guy that can get hot.
Yeah, that's Brandon Miller.
Mathurin in the corner for 3. In and out, no good. Richards the rebound.
Yeah, but you got a good look in that transition basket you're looking for.
In between, and that's a 3. This has been a game that Charlotte's had the lead most of the way.
You got a clear path.
And then you lead Miller open.
Yeah, you got a clear path. Switch everything. Yeah, switch everything.
Long extra pass. Miller hits a 3. 18 for Miller.
Wow, could catch a bad pass, just not that one.
That one.
Green in the corner, ball tapped out. Brandon Miller, second in the league in 3-point attempts, next to his teammate LaMelo Ball.
Just stayed slithery under there. Had the ability to just tap that one in.
Miller splashes a 3 as Coulibaly goes under the screen. Good ball movement here by the Hornets, leading to Miller, touching the nets.
And make your solid production contribute with effectiveness and efficiency.
Miller.
That wasn't during play.
Maybe Darius Garland's strong enough to knock him to the ground like that. That was like a professional wrestling call.
Brandon Miller cans a three. Ball goes and gets it. Nearly ran out of airspace. He'll dump it back to Miller. Miller's watched by LeVert. Brandon Miller gives the Hornets the lead. Plus 32. Wow. Mobley was on the floor in Dallas.
Like I say, just dominant every night, both ends of the floor.
Is underway as here's Brandon Miller. He'll launch a three. Miller now has 4 triples. He has 16 points. Donovan Mitchell opens the second half scoring for the Cavs. Williams hands off to Miller. That's a drifting three. It's true.
They were on this start of the season, their winning streak. Cleveland, you see they're a really good team, but they haven't proved that they can win it all. Do it, Brandon Miller. But
LaMelo, couple strong dribbles, sets up Bridges. Shot clock's down to 2. How about that? Oh, that's some chicken salad down.
This is the benefits that Bill reaped from not starting. Look at the unit he's out there with. The ball is his to have and hold.
Brandon Miller, his second three-pointer of our first half. It's over. Or hit 3. Yes! I'll tell you, that kid's special.
9 early points from ball here is Williams. Only Charlotte score in double figures with 14, but Miller stepping up, connects on that one. Much needed triple from Durant. Here is Williams. Bounce pass. Miller responds with his own 3. Gets to the left hand. Inside Williams, no. Loose ball, who's got it? Charlotte out to Miller. Miller, quick release.
Wow. Make a pretty good transition back. Let's see how he does tonight.
LaMelo, T, as you spoke, of 25 field goal attempts a game. 79 blocks now on this season for Kessler. Miller working against Flip. He'll take the 3. Punched out, picked up. Ball's got it, coming the other way. 3 on a lean.
Let him handle the ball sometimes. Bring up the ball on the floor. Get somebody open shot. I was wide open just because he dribbled penetration and made the defense collapse.
Cody Martin working off the Miller screen. They've got 7 on the shot clock. They want the ball in the hands of Brandon Miller. We told you in the open how explosive he's been lately.
They're at 49 right now.
Brandon Miller hits a 3 ball, and that's been the story of the season. You know, they're.
Brandon has to reset back out to Miles. Brandon gets it back. Oh, beautiful team basketball.
Yeah, Brandon's going to get a lot cleaner looks now. LaMelo's back.
This is a 34-year-old man doing his thing. Stayed on the ground a while, though. Allows Brandon Miller to answer the 3.